Hi, Carrie here. I wanted to make a quick video about something that I've been dealing with in the past couple of days. Over the past 5 months or so, I've been gaining a lot of weight. I gained actually probably about 40 pounds or a little bit more than that in the past 5 months. And while all this was happening, I was pretty concerned about the weight gain, because it kept going up and up and up and up, and it wasn't stopping. And I didn't quite know why. It felt really out of control. I actually had some people ask me if maybe that it was because I knew I was having surgery and I was like, pigging out before surgery. And that wasn't really it. Although I did have a couple of meals that were like that, the weight gain actually started well before I even knew I was having surgery. And, the few meals that I had that were, kind of like special stuff before, having surgery, there was not 40 pounds worth of that stuff. So I couldn't figure it out. It was something that really, really bothered me. And it kept getting worse and worse until Monday night. I hit a pretty horrific milestone for me. And it was horrifying. And then on top of that, the next day I did a whole bunch of washes and didn't think about anything when I was throwing stuff in the dryer, and I shrank my pants. And yeah. Anyhow, so I was pretty upset about the whole situation and thinking about it. I was sitting here at the computer, and I have actually all of my medications here that I'm getting ready because I'm going to be traveling soon. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the medication, specifically at this medication, Symbicort. I have asthma. I've had asthma since I was a kid. I think I was about 7 years old when I was first diagnosed with it. And been taking various things over the years, and Ventolin, for the longest time. And then as preventatives, as they change, the medication gets changed, and I try the newest thing. Well, this past summer, my doctor put me on Symbicort, and it was meant to replace not only my preventatives, but also as a rescue inhaler. So instead of taking Alvesco or whatever and Ventolin, I was now only taking the Symbicort. And I was looking at the canister, and I'm thinking about it, and I was thinking, when did I start using this? And I realized that the time that I started using it was exactly the same time that I started gaining all this weight. And so I did a little bit of looking on the internet, and my suspicions were confirmed that there were a lot of other people complaining of exactly the same thing. Basically, they were saying that they were experiencing a lot of weight gain and that they felt that their appetite was going out of control. Next thing that I did was I called my pharmacist. Well, through talking to her, she looked up all the information on the product and found, yes, not only does it cause water retention, but it also causes an increase in appetite. Which is interesting because the insert doesn't say anything about changes in appetite, the insert in the medication. So I called my doctor's office. I have an appointment with her for next week where I'm going to change my medications, because after I found this out, there was no way I was ever taking this again. Interestingly enough, yesterday, my last dose was yesterday morning. By yesterday afternoon, I started having to go to the bathroom like crazy. and I guess I was letting go of water, and it seemed to be like a pretty instant reaction. In fact, from Monday night until Wednesday morning, I actually let go of 8 pounds of water, which I just find incredible. The other thing that I noticed was that this morning when I was having breakfast, I had tea and some crackers, and I was full after that. Now, I haven't felt like that in well over 2 months. In fact, more recently this week, I had like eggs and toast for breakfast, and after the eggs and toast were done, I was still hungry. I waited 45 minutes to see if I'd feel full, and was still hungry, had something else to eat, waited another 45 minutes, I was still hungry. I mean, it was crazy. And the difference between then and today is really unbelievable. So I just wanted to share that with all you guys so that if anybody is on this type of medication and is experiencing the same thing, you can sort of be aware that the culprit might actually be the medication. Because this was not something my doctor ever mentioned to me, which is really too bad. Because we were both like, yeah, I don't know, I keep gaining more weight, and she's like, oh, you know, like what's going on? And yeah, so that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody's doing well. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi, Thursday morning, and I want to update you a little bit on the situation. First of all, since stopping my medication, I have now lost 10 pounds, which I'm floored by this. It's just, I find it incredible. The other thing was that I was rereading the monograph, and it said that when stopping medication, you can experience side effects if you stop it abruptly. So I figured I'd give them a call. And I have to say, I had an amazing experience in calling the customer service people at AstraZeneca. They were really concerned about the situation. They actually started a file on it, and they said that they track these things. And I guess develop new research from depending on when people call in with different side effects. So I think that's fantastic. He seemed really concerned about everything that I had to say. And on top of this, he asked me if he could have permission to send information to my doctor, which I was like, absolutely. I think that's great. I think it's really good that you guys are doing this, because she should know. And okay, I'm going to talk to her next week, but they're going to be sending a fax like today. So I think that's really, really good. Kudos to AstraZeneca. Way to go. I think that was awesome. And that's all. Bye.